We're very thankful of the fact that no one was severely injured out of this, considering the amount of damage that was caused.
Right now, a closer look at the destruction from 2 tornadoes that carved paths through parts of southern Wisconsin yesterday.
Plus, as families impacted by the tornadoes begin to clean up, Consumer Protection warns of scammers looking to take advantage of those who've already lost so much.
Now we speak with a family that hunkered down in their basement when the tornado hit, only to find their home in ruins when they walked upstairs. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. We'll take a look at the aftermath of one of last night's tornadoes, the first ever in the month of February in Wisconsin. We showed you some of the damage last night at 10, but upon sunrise this morning, a major trail of damage was brought to light. Much of the damage seen east of the city of Evansville, about 25 miles to the southeast of Madison. Amazingly, as you heard the officer mention there, no one was killed. Only minor injuries have been reported so far.
Now, many people are left to pick up the pieces, wondering what to do next. Well, earlier tonight, the Rock County Sheriff's Office organized a town hall meeting for those directly impacted by last night's tornadoes. Some people in the area are still without electricity tonight. Armand Rahman is in Evansville. And Armand, do we know exactly when people there can expect the lights to go back on?
Well, Charlotte and Eric, while most people have their power back on, the Rock County Emergency Director says some people will have to wait for electricity and they won't get it back before Monday or Tuesday.
And there's people be a long time without power, and that's hard.
The director of Rock County Emergency Management says it's taking longer to restore power to some lines because there's significant damage to the main transmission line on Highway 59.
The problem is those poles are all out of whack, and transmission's very hard to repair. It takes some specialization. And so they need to clear the debris.
Right now, first responders calculate 25 structures damaged by FEMA definitions.
We're tracking 1 destroyed, 11 major, 9 minor, and 4 affected. We don't know the status of the other 3. So, yeah, destroyed major, pretty significant damage during a storm, and usually it's going to take a lot of work for those to be safe to be occupied.
For the second part of the town hall, officials wanted to talk just with residents who suffered the most damage just outside Evansville and the neighboring towns.
You know, a lot of folks have family and friends and their neighbors, and they're helping each other. So we're not to the point where we need that outside volunteer assistance and some of those other things.
Some residents said they already encountered solicitors, some from outside the state. Law enforcement says they'll have extra patrol in the worst damaged areas to catch any potential scammers.
The last thing we want to do is one of the victims of a natural disaster to become a victim again.
David Hagan said he had power restored around 12, but wanted to make sure his community members knew he's here to help.
I don't know. I think people are coming together fine, and that's, who knows. But when it's somebody, you always think of somebody else, but you never know it can be you. Now, tonight, officials want you to remember the numbers 211. They say if your property hasn't been assessed by officials or your neighbors hasn't been assessed just yet, make sure you call or text 211 or take photos of that damage and report it online or through the 211 Wisconsin app. For now, live in Evansville, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Not just 1, but 2 tornadoes touched down yesterday, according to the National Weather Service. One near Evansville measured as an EF2 on the enhanced Fujita scale.
And another one near Albany came in as an EF1. So what really does all that mean? We turn to meteorologist Alex Harrington for more on that. Alex?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, an iconic night last night, a historic night last night. Again, tornadoes in February, the first time ever in the state of Wisconsin. And what does the damage mean? It's the enhanced Fujita scale. So the Judah-Albany tornado was rated an EF1. And what this is linking the wind speed to the damage that was caused. And we lean on our friends at the National Weather Service to go out and do an assessment before we get a rating. And the Evansville tornado was rated a high-end EF2 tornado that's pushing that strong category. Just unbelievable when you consider the marginal severe weather environment that we had yesterday. I want to point out, too, here with the storm reports, look at how they line up almost in a row. This is indicative of what we call a supercell, a thunderstorm that's rotating, and as it cycles, it produces a family of severe weather events, from large hail to tornadoes to damaging winds, just like the tornadoes that we saw in Albany. Broadhead over towards Evansville and then north and east towards Fort Atkinson. This video sent to us by a brave viewer, Jelena here from Magnolia, just north and east of Broadhead. And what you're seeing here is the large rotating wall cloud here, folks. And as it rotates and tightens, right here is where you're going to see that tornado come out of that wall cloud, and it's in that formation of what we call a stovepipe, a vertical up and down tornado. And usually when you see tornadoes of that sort of a structure, it's an indicator that it is on that higher, stronger end. And then that verified with our friends at the National Weather Service with their official rating of an EF2 tornado in Evansville. Good news is in our forecast as we plan the night tonight, temperatures dipping down into the upper 20s, and we got a mild, sunny, and quiet day on Saturday. More on that, more on the quiet in the forecast. That's coming up.
All right, Alex, thank you. And cleanup has already begun for some people directly impacted by the tornadoes. Unfortunately, there are scammers out there looking to take advantage of those who have already lost so much. The Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection warning property owners about such scammers who may be going door to door impersonating repair crews using high-pressure sales tactics to secure a contract.
The individual who's seeking the contract usually wants cash up front and will not put the agreement in writing, which is really important in consumer protection to make sure both parties fully understand the work to be performed.
However, there are legitimate local contractors out there who may be going door to door, and that's why it's important that all agreements are put in writing. Written contracts should specify exactly what work will be done, what materials will be used, as well as a start and completion date.
Much of the tornado damage has been in Evansville, so much so the Rock County Sheriff's Office set up its command center there while coordinating the emergency response. Meteorologists from the National Weather Service were checking out the damage today. One house we visited with them lost its roof completely. The homeowner telling us they were home when the tornado hit, but everyone is okay. These crews are looking at several houses with significant damage like this as they work through the path of the tornado, trying to determine how strong this storm really was.
We are seeing some substantial structural damage so far this morning, a lot of damage to homes, particularly roofs off of homes. We also have seen some outbuildings completely flattened in some cases.
You might think of summer as being tornado season. Yesterday's tornadoes are a reminder that they can come at any time with the right conditions. A trail of damage has been reported from south of Evansville to west of Fort Atkinson.
The Wisconsin State Patrol is sharing more images tonight of the destruction. This photo from Evansville shows some parts of a roof torn off of a home there, and that includes pieces of pink insulation strewn about from the attic. Moving a little bit to the northeast now, this is from the town of Fulton. And in the middle of the screen, a structure that appears to be completely flattened there. You can even see some pieces of material out in the field to the right of that destroyed structure. The tornado's path also carried into Jefferson County. This image comes from just north of Busseyville near Lake Koshkonong. The White House you see there looks relatively unharmed, but that is not the case for another structure on that property. When you see all the damage, it is really amazing to think how no one was killed or seriously hurt. One family we spoke with earlier today says they were home last night taking shelter in their basement.
Once the tornado passed and they walked upstairs, they were surprised to see what wasn't there. Catherine Merck shares with us their story.
We live in Wisconsin, so we don't really, we haven't had much tornadoes or anything like that here. So we were just kind of like, oh, whatever, like it'll pass.
Lily Reese and her father, Denver, took shelter in their basement during last night's tornado.
I mean, it was pretty terrifying. I've never heard a noise like that in my life. Like they say, it's like a freight train. It was exactly like that, just loud, and our ears popped really, really bad, the pressure, and then it was gone.
Today, I'm talking to them in their home, now left without a roof.
It doesn't feel real. I'm 19 years old, and I've never had anything like this happen. Just to, get outside and walk outside and see all this, it's very scary.
The entire farm area surrounding them was destroyed in the tornado's path.
Saw all the barns gone. We saw tractors and stuff flipped over, cars in the field.
Across the street, a farming business with massive trucks and equipment was no match for the high winds.
And I didn't think it was going to be to this extent, especially not around here in February.
As this small community figures out what's next, they are thankful for those who, in the meantime, are giving them a roof above their heads.
And there's a lot of people that have reached out and, let us know that they're there for us.
Everything that's broken can be fixed, so we'll get it all figured out.
And that was Catherine Merck reporting. More local stories are ahead after the break.
UW Health sharing more information about the opening of its newest facility later this year. We'll tell you when the East Park Medical Center will be welcoming patients.
News 3 Now and Vortex presents Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV. Like an adventure-ready Bronco or Bronco Sport. Escape to take on the everyday. Or Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get here to your Ford dealer. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on Explorer or Bronco Sport with 1.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $2,000 Flex Buy cash.
It's one of our biggest sales of the whole year. Get a great-looking bed for just $198. Wow! Get up to 60% off list during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture. Get a gorgeous leather sofa for just $699. A Richwood dining set, just $699. A sleek sofa for just $398. You'll get the best deals, like a great-looking sectional for just $848 and free shipping. The huge President's Sale at Slumberland. Absolutely the best time to buy.
Holy cow, standing ovation.
See, it's no energy like the Jennifer Hudson show.
Donald Faison has us all fanning out.
I'm a bit starstruck.
No! Then Bobby Burke knows his stuff.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Tonight, White House officials are working to quiet renewed discussion about President Biden's age after a Justice Department report called his memory into question.
Willie James Inman shares the president's response and how his top political rival this election season is taking advantage of that report.
After meeting with Germany's chancellor, President Biden declined to take questions about the special counsel's report. Administration officials, meanwhile, spent the day defending the president's memory.
The way that the president's demeanor in that report was characterized could not be more wrong on the facts and clearly politically motivated.
Special counsel Robert Hur questioned President Biden's mental fitness in a report focusing on his handling of classified documents after he served as vice president. Hur declined to seek charges, referring in his report to the president's memory at least 9 times, saying it was significantly limited and appeared hazy, that he had diminished faculties in advancing age, and was a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing.
In a news conference Thursday night, the president grew emotional over Hur's mention that he could not remember when his son Beau died.
How in the hell dare he raise that?
Biden said his memory was fine, but at one point confused the leaders of Egypt and Mexico.
The president of Mexico, Sisi.
Biden's chief political rival, former President Donald Trump, faces federal criminal charges stemming from his handling of sensitive documents. And he recently mixed up Nancy Pelosi and Nikki Haley when discussing January 6th. Trump was on the campaign trail in Pennsylvania Friday night where he took jabs at President Biden's mental capacity.
We have a guy that can't put two sentences together, and he's in charge of negotiations with Russia.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court is weighing whether his efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election results make him ineligible to run again. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
Well, back here in Wisconsin, police in Middleton are searching for a man who they say was acting suspiciously toward a 12-year-old girl at a bus stop this morning. The incident happened shortly after 8 near the corner of Fortune Drive and Shirley Street. They say the man reportedly drove up in a black SUV and asked the girl if he could give her a ride to school. He then drove away after she refused. He's described as a black man in his 30s or 40s with a medium build. The SUV he was driving did not have a front license plate and was last seen going north on Gammon Road. Anyone with information on the incident is asked to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers. The number there, your bottom of your screen, 608-266-6014.
Brand new tonight, UW Health says its new East Park Medical Center will open to patients this fall. An official opening date of October 28th is on the calendar. The facility will be home to 24 specialties, opening in 3 phases. By mid-November, most areas of the building should be operational. The 7-story structure will house over 800 clinical and non-clinical staff members. The facility will also offer proton beam therapy to treat cancer, and that's set to begin late 2025. Turning now to the Super Bowl, more than 65,000 fans will pack inside of Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas Sunday for the big game.
It must be nice to be able to afford the tickets too, right? And for any fans hoping to find a good deal last minute, well, good luck. StubHub says it's been one of the most in-demand Super Bowls they've ever seen, with nearly half of all ticket sales happening just this week. By this morning, the ticket site said its lowest prices had started dropping a bit to $5,500 a piece. Ticket sales are outpacing last year's game by double. A reminder, News 3 Now is your home for Super Bowl 58. Kickoff between the Niners and Chiefs set for Sunday night at 5:30. And then after, tune in for a special edition of News 3 Now at 10. Part of the reason the Packers aren't playing in the Super Bowl, of course, is their defense. And they've hired a new defensive coordinator to make some fixes, but it's who they didn't hire that has some people talking. One candidate for the job was Bill Port. If you've never heard of him, well, he has no background in coaching. He's just a fan. But he did apply for the job from his New Berlin home. Of course, the team went in a different direction, but Packers CEO Mark Murphy actually wrote Port a letter back thanking him for applying.
Then I opened it up and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. So yeah, it was pretty cool, you know, just getting the response. Any response is kind of what I thought the best thing that would happen.
Port says he applied as a joke, and on his cover letter it said he prefers weekends off. Not sure how well that works for a profession where the games are played on Sundays. Meteorologist Alex Harrington returns now. Another check of your first warn forecast. Alex, it was a little chillier out there today than yesterday.
It was a little chillier. I'm going to show here, Eric, in just a couple moments here, how much chillier it is now than where we were 24 hours ago. And speaking of chilly, when you reflect on the tornadoes that we had last night, I want to remind folks it's February 9th today. This time of year, the last 2 weeks of January, the first week of February, it's usually when it's the coldest, when we have the 20 below wind chills. And just look at the extremes that we received here in the form of severe weather. The severe weather lining up across southern Wisconsin in a family of severe weather reports here, likely caused by what's called a supercell, a rotating thunderstorm that can live for hours and hours on end. And that's what this storm did from northwest Illinois clear up through the Brodhead, Evansville, up towards the Fort Atkinson area, periodically and cyclically producing tornadoes. Now, the quiet stuff that I was mentioning here, not as mild this weekend, but it still will be above normal. Not as breezy, just a little bit, and staying quiet. I promised that earlier in first weather. Now, Doppler track, nothing, high and dry. No storms out there tonight. And Eric was saying it felt colder today, and it sure did. 10 to 20 degrees colder than where we were 24 hours ago. But guess what? Our temperatures outside right now at 10 o'clock, 38 in Madison, 37 in Janesville, 35 in Boscoville. Normal highs for this time of year right around 30. Even though it's 10 to 20 degrees colder, we're still 10 degrees warmer than our normal high temperature at 10 o'clock at night. That also goes to show how extraordinary this weather is out there right now with 37, 38 popular numbers across Dane County. Let's track tonight. How cold are we going to get tonight as we start off your Saturday morning? We'll do upper 20s. It's our normal high temperatures for this time of year. Feel a little bit like a broken record with this streak of unseasonably mild temperatures that we've had. Temperatures then as we head towards the lunch hour getting into the 30s, and then we'll do upper 30s with a few clouds out there, although we will have some sun on your Saturday as well. 7-day forecast here keeps those temperatures staying very mild. The only weather of significance as we head towards Valentine's Day, if you want to call a couple flurries of significance, nothing like what we have experienced here over the course of the past 24 hours here, folks. Temperatures approaching a little bit closer to normal as we head back to the following work week. Thanks, Matt, for sending us this frightening photo again from Broadhead. Do we need any more reminders here? I show this for a particular reason. Look at the lightning illuminating the tornado. And while lightning is dangerous, when you have folks that are certified and know how to chase these storms safely, the lightning can actually help illuminate the tornado, which allows us to give that verification that, yes, there was a tornado near Broadhead. And then we, of course, pass that information along to the National Weather Service to confirm, again, what we're seeing outside is actually occurring, and that helps folks that are downstream in the path of the storm yet to know that, yep, this is, in fact, occurring. I want to give a big shout out to all of our viewers for sending us those photos when it was safe. Channel3000.com/weather or via the First Warn Weather app. We're all in this together as a community when we go through these iconic and historic, if I can get my words out tonight, events.
Alex, thank you. The Milwaukee Bucks basketball games are coming to WISC-TV. A total of 10 games will be shown on our stations to wrap up the regular season. The 3 games on your screen right here, they will air right here on Channel 3. 7 others will air on our other over-the-air station. That would be Television Wisconsin, Channel 3.2, part of a broadcasting deal between the NBA and the Diamond Sports Group, which owns Bally Sports Wisconsin. To see the full schedule of games airing on our stations, look for this story linked at channel3000.com.
And coming up in sports, down 2 goals, not a problem for the Badger men. How Wisconsin rallied past Notre Dame for a big win. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Hurry into Menards and stack up great savings on fiberglass insulation from Knauf. Did you know the attic is a home's #1 source of heat loss? Adding fiberglass insulation to your attic is an effective way to keep warm air in and cool air out. Plus, you can stack on more savings with additional federal tax credits on qualifying energy-efficient upgrades. Stop into Menards and check out all the ways for insulating your home and save today.
Save big money at Menards.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and 1 Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
Do what you want.
gives you more ways to save on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO. Your eyewear should be as individual as you. With Shopko Optical's extensive selection of frames and lenses, our optometrists will learn about you and help you customize the right choice for your lifestyle. Visit Shopko Optical and find your new signature style today.
Just 5 points separate second place Wisconsin from first place Michigan State in the Big Ten standings. But as Mike Hastings said earlier in the week, that will sort itself out. We've got to crush our Tuesday. That's code for take care of their series with Notre Dame first. Well, it didn't look great early, down 2-0 with under a minute left in the second. And Christian Fitzgerald dangles Deeks and then Sellies to put the Badgers on the board. Then 15 seconds later, the boys were at it again. This time it's David Cilia going to clean up the mess in front of the net. And Wisconsin scores 4 unanswered goals to get the win. 4-2, the final. Final road trip for the Badger women taking on Bemidji State, and as expected, this was all Bucky. Kirsten Sims drags the puck and then fires it into the back of the net to put Wisconsin on the board. Simsy finished with a hat trick, but she wasn't the only one. Later in the period, Layla Edwards gets into the scoring action. Edwards also tallied a hat trick of her own. Badgers blank the Beavers, 10-0, the final. Well, Sunday's a big one for the Wisconsin wrestling team. Not only is it senior day, but Chris Bono and company are looking to add to their winning streak. The Badgers have won their last 2 duels, and with the Big Tens and the NCAAs right around the corner, his team can almost taste the postseason.
See it, especially these seniors. You know, this last time in the field house, it starts to get real now. And we talk about tournament time all the time and, you know, getting 1 more gear, 2 more gears. And so we're in that stage now where it's time to start training with 1 more gear, competing with 1 more gear, and ratcheting down your lifestyle and making sure everything is as good as it can be.
A day after being traded for, Patrick Beverly was not only in Milwaukee, but in uniform for the Bucks game against the Hornets. And how about this? First time touching the ball, Beverly dials one up from deep. 6 points in 12 minutes and a Bucks win in his Deer debut, 120-84. High school girls hoops, New Glarus taking on Cambridge in a battle of the top 2 teams in the Capital South. The Glarner Knights out and running. Ellie Lancaster spots up and splashes home the 3 ball to give New Glarus an early lead. Cambridge would answer right back. Brooke Stencliffe banks it home for 2 to tie this game up. But the Knights have Lindsay Shadowalt, and she's a bucket getter. Shadowalt drives in for 2. New Glarus gets the win 64-51, and they take home the conference crown. We're back after this.
A rookie stunt driver.
Again.
Will prove he's got what it takes in this year's most exciting Nissan sales event.
Get a low $330 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Act fast. Offers this good won't stick around.
Spectrum Internet delivers with fast and reliable speeds nationwide. So there's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Now get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and a Spectrum Mobile unlimited line free for 12 months. Visit Spectrum.com or call 844-242-1479. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security and privacy for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 with advanced Wi-Fi and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited free for 12 months. Start saving today. Go to Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, call 844-242-1479, or scan the call now.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big pet care sale is going on now, and that means huge savings on the food, treats, and supplies you need to help keep your pets happy and healthy. Right now, get a free $15 gift card when you buy select Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food. Save $5 on assorted Taste of the Wild dog food. Select Rachel Ray Nutrish dog food, also $5 off. Plus, 40-pound bags of black oil sunflower seed, just $17.99.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This Valentine's Day, get a Heart Baker pizza from Papa Murphy's. You complete us. And we mean that literally. With Take and Bake, we prepare it, you make it yours. So make us yours today for just $11. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
A rookie stunt driver. Again. Will prove he's got what it takes in this year's most exciting Nissan sales event.
Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Act fast. Offers this good won't stick around.
UW coach Luke Fickell and his wife talk football and family Sunday.
Sunday, a special new Colbert. Mr. John Krasinski will be here. Mr. Ryan Gosling will be here. Mr. Jon Stewart will be here. New Sunday on CBS.
Let's go back to Alex Harrington. Looking forward to a calm weekend.
Yes, quiet for the extended. But if you want a little bit more content on yesterday's storms, we call them a supercell. Got a great video out there on our channel3000.com Facebook page about supercells. What really made yesterday different, in my opinion, was the changing winds at the surface and higher up in the sky. We call that shear. We didn't have all that warmth and all that humidity that you would normally expect. That shear compensated for that, probably very likely causing our tornadoes yesterday. But quiet, you want quiet? Here we go. Look at that. Lows tonight around 28, highs of 38. That's still 10 degrees above normal for your Saturday. And the only weather of significance, how about some flurries on Wednesday and Thursday? That sounds pretty.
Sounds like an awful Valentine's
tame.
gift. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good and have a great weekend.
Don't forget the big game Sunday, folks. I know you can.